Start with the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on to roll call.
Casey Benner,
Here.
Mark Buckeye.
Here.
Tom Hooper.
Here.
Bill Hart.
Here.
Whitney Tucker.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Moving on to the approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on to the approval of minutes from our last meeting of January 22nd of 2024.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on to introduction of evidence.
We have the city code, design guidelines, and you have staff reports at your seat that were sent out, I believe, last Wednesday.
I'll make a motion to approve the evidence.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the evidence. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to old business.
I have none.
Okay. Moving on to new business. We will start with SGHC 010-24 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to construct an ADA compliant ramp at the rear of the house at 465 Market Street.
I do not see the applicant here, but it's really the Life Center who is put this application together, or the owners that you see listed there.
Yep.
We've had several applications like this before, in the front and in the rear. Of course, this one is in the rear. The site plan is included in the application along with the materials. That's really all I have. It is, of course, removable down the road if it needs to be, but if you have any questions, please let me know.
I don't see any problem with it.
I don't,
Yeah,
don't need, I'll make a motion to approve. It's
I'll
presented.
second.
I'll second
Whitney already beat you.
that.
She's just not
Quick
loud
on the
enough.
draw.
I have a motion and a second to approve the certificate of appropriateness to construct an ADA compliant ramp at the rear of the house at 465 Market. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Moving on to SGHC 011-24 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to replace an existing asbestos cement roof with an architectural shingle roof at 789 North Main. Could you come to the podium and introduce yourself, please?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I'm Tyler with SRS Roofing, and here represent the property known at 789, I guess South Main, and then we want to change the asbestos tile roof to an architectural limited lifetime shingle roof. So I got a couple samples here I'd like to show you guys. So this would be just a limited lifetime shingle right here that we want to go back with, but in black sable, which is this color right here. So, and you guys know that it's discontinued the asbestos. So I think pretty much not too many options. But do you guys need this or?
They may want to see, I don't know.
Can you see
guys
the,
can- yeah,
you
guys
said
can
black
add this
sables?
for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the color on the back.
Thank you.
Tyler, why are they actually wanting to replace this?
Really not
I mean-
sure. I think that it's, definitely getting old. I think he does have some active leak. They did multiple repairs on it, and it just kind of looks a little bit on the rougher side.
Yeah, I mean, I drove by today. I mean, it looks like somebody's done some repair. I mean,
Yeah,
decent
sure.
little repairs to it.
They had let me know that as well, so. think it's just overall time for roof replacement. Still missing some tile like around the chimney.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, so.
Now, were they, the valleys on this probably, they're copper, aren't they?
Correct, yeah.
Are they keeping the copper valleys exposed?
So we were probably gonna tear them out and just replace them, unless you wanna, it makes the difference.
I mean, it's.
There is some hail dings, I will say, in the copper valleys.
I couldn't really tell the condition of the valleys. I mean, but it's, they're copper, so typically coppers,
From the long haul.
Right, right. And I mean, that's like my house. When was this built, Tyler? You know,
I'm not for
1925.
sure
it
on
was
that.
25, because my house was 38.
We would like to just do away with the copper the valley metal altogether if we have that option. If we have to keep it, I mean, we can most definitely go with that angle. And there's options too, like if we don't end up doing copper, we could do like a dark bronze, like almost give the
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like an
it'll still get the
oxidized
look.
copper.
Right,
Right.
Yeah, because I know like my house over here, I had them keep the copper. I
Yeah.
just think it looks better, even though my shingles would be the square asbestos.
Gotcha.
And even my gable or my ridge, they were just all, at least they have the coping on top of it,
Right.
which is kind of nice, but
Yeah, the backside's a little bit more on the rougher side than
Yeah.
I believe the front is, so. There's a deteriorated 3-tab shingle on the back of the house too. Looks like it potentially was like in an addition at one point.
oh, God, over the porch.
Mm-hmm. And I believe the garage has been shingled as well with an architectural shingle at some point.
Yeah, there it is.
You're not redoing the garage, no?
Correct. Just the house. And it is fully decked in with 1x2, not spaced apart, so there won't be any
I can see it.
redecking unless there's any deteriorated or rotted 1x, so.
Well, I think in the 20s, they were probably using 3-tab asphalt shingles already, so I don't see a big problem with that. I do have a little bit of a problem with it trying to look like slate or trying to look like shakes, because I don't think anything in the 20s was slate, or, I mean, would they have any problem with just using it's probably
Three-tab
less
shingle?
expensive just using a regular 3-tab.
So you don't like the design of like how this is
Well, it's just,
basically?
it's trying to look like a shake.
It's like shake shingle.
Got
There were never shakes on that building or
We
or
could-
any building in the 1920s that I know of.
Gotcha. I mean, if color, like we could steer clear of, going with the black saber, like an onyx black. Honestly, if you did approve the architectural shingle, I think like any color would essentially be feasible. But 3-tabs, just the quality, in my belief, is just not very good. It's not a big 3-tab.
Well, then I have a harder option to consider, and that is,
Yeah.
looky here.
Good luck finding them, because I know I can't.
They're available through.
Oh, really?
Costco. I called them today,
Really?
and they are manufactured.
Wow.
Oh, I knew they were being manufactured.
They were
Really?
manufactured
I had no
today.
idea.
I haven't heard back.
So what is that? Is that like an actual?
GAF made them
GAF?
until last year. This is a GAF sample.
Is it like an asphalt-based product?
It is, yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
To look like the asbestos tile.
Right,
yeah.
They
Wow.
put a similar thing on the old museum over here.
right. It has, but that was made to look more like slate.
Correct.
What if, so they do make an architectural that's not as chopped up looking, something that is a little bit more,
Yeah, a little more smooth, like.
exactly, like Certainty's brand isn't so angled, it's more like straight. There's a couple other manufacturers, I don't know if that'd be an option. I mean, I guess
It doesn't have to
3-tab
be- It
too.
doesn't have to be something that's, I don't want you to get something that looks cheap on your house.
Right,
Certainly, want to have your pride in workmanship and materials. But like I said, I just think that looks like it's trying to look like a shake.
Right.
gotcha, okay.
And I agree with that. It's,
And I don't have any problem with it, we're trying to look at it, obviously, if it's replacing a shade roof or if it's
Gotcha.
age appropriate to shade.
So this would be like a standard architectural, you guys feel like that would be out of the question? Like trying to find like a good balance between, quality, like we definitely want to offer the best product possible, you know, and giving the customer the biggest bang for the buck without having to compromise that is the hugest thing for me. So you know, trying to be financially spot on is tough when you jumping around to different products, I guess.
Oh, sure.
I don't really know what that stuff runs because I'm not familiar with that product, but
That's what I was just trying to ask you.
Like I said, they were gonna call me back today, but they didn't.
gotcha. Okay. But I mean, you guys are thinking like a 3-tab shingle would be okay?
Well,
or-
just something with a straight edge that.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to be cheap and ugly and unattractive to have a straight edge.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, you just really trying to steer clear of how that's angled right here and here.
Yeah, and it's variegated, you know,
Yeah.
some of them are lighter than the other ones. It's trying to look like a wood shape.
Okay. Looking after something a little bit more bland, not so mix matched with the color scheme, and a little
Yeah,
bit
not so
more
random.
straightforward, so it's not so shake looking.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure that I
Unless
could.
you want to get these beautiful.
I'm definitely
I love
interested to
those.
see,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
look into that product for
Those are-
sure. I'm shocked. I'd never seen that before, so definitely worth looking into. You said GAF is the
Well,
manufacturer?
no, GF did manufacture this one. They're made, the ones that I found were made by Pabco, Pabco.
Gotcha,
I think they're in Oregon
gotcha, from out of Oregon.
or in Washington, Tacoma. I think.
I have to look into that for sure. Now, if I could produce a more bland shingle with a lot less curvature, I guess, would I have to wait till the next board meeting to go in front of you guys next month, or could I get something down here in the next day or two?
I think if the consensus is to vote on a straight edge, but still an asphalt-based product, we could just do an administrative approval as long as.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good to me.
One thing I'd like to see is the valleys exposed.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I
It's
think,
doable.
I think that's one thing that just really, you know, kind of one of the things that set that style of home off.
Exactly.
And you're not opposed to going like aluminum if we can get something bronze or
It's
something
the same.
as an oxidized copper
Yeah.
look?
Yeah.
Okay, doable for sure.
I mean, I think we'll probably find the copper is probably in better shape than,
Yeah.
than the tin. I mean, it's the other tin or that aluminum.
What's that up there now?
No, what's up there now is copper.
Right. You're saying what we would go back with?
Yeah.
Yeah, aluminum.
Aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd make a motion to approve it with the straight edge shingles and then the exposed valleys.
Okay.
So an asphalt shingle with straight edges and exposed metal valleys.
Right. Of course, unless you find those cheap. Yeah,
I'll second your motion.
thank you.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the certificate of appropriateness with a straight edged shingle with exposed valleys. All in favor?
All right,
Aye. Any opposed?
Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
thanks, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler.
You guys need any of this or probably
No,
not?
Bill, did you want to give that to him so we could check on those?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I mean, if you may even,
Do you have a card with you?
Out in the truck, I can bring it back in.
Okay, then you can take this and then I'll just sit, once I hear back from Pabco, I'll let you know.
Yeah, please. Perfect. Thank you. I'll grab it right now.
Moving on to administrative approvals.
So I've sent you a couple of emails on this because it is a highly noticeable building, but it has had many changes over the years, and I could not find any photos of the facade facing Merchant. Commissioner Hart may have found one, and I'll take a look at that later this evening, but the project has continued. I did not get by there today, but I wanted to let you know, the facade, it was taken off, and I've sent you an email and material that's going back. Not much else. Any other questions on it? There's a lot of work going into that building. And,
Yeah, they're doing a good
It's
job.
really good to see that
I know.
happening.
That's all I have on that.
Public comments? We can adjourn.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.